Endrick is absolutely cooking at Lyon right now. They always say don't fall in love with a lone player, but tell that to Lyon fans because they're already all in. Week after week, Endrick's been ripping League One defences apart. 3 Man of the Match awards on the bounce. One against a relegation side, one mid-table, one right up at the top. Doesn't matter who he's playing, he's turning up every time. What makes it even madder is that he's not even playing as a striker. Instead, Lyon have shoved him out on the right, letting him drift inside into those half spaces, and honestly, it suits him down to the ground. He can run at defenders, bully them with his strength, and then cut inside onto that lethal left foot. He's getting better angles, more touches, more freedom. Funny thing is, this is the exact area Real Madrid have been crying out for depth, and he's out here balling in it. But if you've been paying attention, none of this should surprise you. I've said it before, Endrick needed minutes, simple as that. A loan move was always the answer. Away from the madness of Madrid, away from the constant pressure, he finally gets room to express himself. He can try things, mess up, learn, grow, and now you're seeing the result. People have short memories in football. This is the same kid who was once labelled one of the best young talents on the planet.
Primeiro objetivo, chegar no profissional. Profissional. Segundo, jogar bem no profissional. E depois, ir pro.
The comparisons were wild. Next Pelé, Brazil's next icon. A bit over the top, sure, but the talent was obvious. He burst onto the scene at Palmeiras as a teenager and immediately started winning trophies like it was nothing. In his first 2 seasons, he helped Palmeiras win back-to-back league titles, becoming the youngest player ever to do it. He was breaking records, scoring big goals and playing with zero fear. At one point, he dragged them to a title comeback almost single-handedly. Brazil genuinely thought they'd found their next superstar striker. By the 2022-23 season, everything he did turned heads. Every goal, every run, every highlight had Europe watching. And it didn't take long before the big boys came calling. Real Madrid moved quick. Barely a month after his debut, they agreed a deal worth over €40 million for a 16-year-old. Madness. The plan was clear. Once he turned 18, he'd rock up to the Bernabeu and become part of the next Brazilian wave. The hype was outrageous. Spanish papers were already hyping him as a future Galactico, and Florentino Perez personally told him Madrid were waiting. Then 2024 rolled around and things went mad. At just 17, Endrick got his first Brazil call-up and scored the winner against England at Wembley. Days later, he scored again, this time against Spain at the Bernabeu. Then came a last-minute winner against Mexico, 3 goals in his first 3 games. Suddenly, everyone was losing their heads. That summer, he officially joined Real Madrid, and even with limited minutes, he made noise. He scored on his La Liga debut, his Champions League debut, and his Copa del Rey debut. Every cameo caused chaos. It honestly felt like Madrid had unearthed their next superstar. That feeling peaked in the Copa del Rey. Endrick went on a mad run, scoring 5 goals in 6 games and basically carrying Madrid through the competition. He scored in every round, including massive goals in the semis. At one point, Ancelotti even started him ahead of Mbappe, which tells you everything about the trust he'd earned. Then, it all came crashing down. Despite those performances, he barely featured in the final. Soon after, he picked up a hamstring injury that ruled him out for months, worst timing possible. He missed the end of Ancelotti's final season and the Club World Cup. All that momentum, gone. That summer, everything changed at Madrid. Ancelotti left, Xabi Alonso came in, and Endrick, still only 19 and coming back from injury, had to start from scratch in a squad stacked with attackers. Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham. It was always going to be a nightmare for minutes. Under Alonso, Endrick didn't just get fewer chances, he vanished. By October, he'd gone over 5 months without playing a single minute. He missed tournaments, watched others step up, inherited the famous number 9 shirt and still couldn't get on the pitch. Even fit, he was glued to the bench week after week, while time just slipped away. Stat-wise, his first Madrid season wasn't even bad. 7 goals in limited minutes, better output than Vinny and Rodrigo had at the same age. But mentally, it was brutal. Wearing the number 9 at Real Madrid while barely playing would mess with anyone's head. By late 2025, he still hadn't had proper minutes under Xabi Alonso. His Brazil call-up stopped. A kid who once scored in 3 straight internationals wasn't even in the conversation anymore. That's when Lyon stepped in and everything flipped. With trust, freedom, and a role that actually suits him, Endrick came alive. He's sharper, stronger, more confident. He's taking players on for fun, creating chances, deciding games. He looks a level above most defenders he's up against. And really, this shouldn't shock anyone. Endrick didn't suddenly become good in France. He just finally got what he needed: minutes, belief, freedom. Because development doesn't happen on the bench. And if you think this comeback's impressive, wait till you see the most controversial revival football's ever seen: Mason Greenwood.